What's going on, you guys? Hiram here. Today I want to talk about the 4 things that happened that allowed me to get my first investment property. Along with that, I want to talk about how I was able to come up with the money to invest. I think that that's very crucial and important because whenever I hear the stories of experienced investors, whenever they tell me their story on how they started, it's usually very vague, on how they got started and how they came up with the money. And it's very hard for me to relate and get inspired on how I can maybe get started. And so I want to make sure that this video is out fresh, as I have just acquired my first investment property a couple days ago. So let's get right into it. The first thing that has happened out of the 4 things that I want to touch on is having a good job. Guys, last year I got paid $130,000 from my job. That's including my base hourly salary, my overtime, and bonuses that were given out to me in the past year. The year before that, just for reference, I was paid $60,000 to $70,000. That's a huge jump, and that's all due to the fact that I had a good job and the oil industry was booming. As many of you guys know, I work in the oil industry. All of this is actually PPE that is used to work in the oil industry. It's all fire resistant clothing, and normally I just get right back home from work, come into the office to shoot my video, so you just see me in my regular oil field attire. Anyway, I'm super grateful that I had this job. Now you on the other side of this video can think, must be nice, to work in the oil field and make that much money, but I must tell you that it wasn't the easiest thing. I had to work really hard. I worked long hours. The minimum hours I worked a week were 50 hours a week. The most was probably around 70 to 75. And most of the time you were working in extreme harsh weather conditions. You were either in extreme heat or extreme cold. You were in the rain or you were in the snow. So that's what kind of goes along with this money in the oil field. So you got to really have a strong work ethic. And I think that leads me to number 2, all right? Number 1 was having a really good job, and then my work ethic. I think that work ethic is really important because even if you don't have the highest paying job or you're not in the highest paying industry, you can still have a really good salary if you have a good work ethic. And I'm a hard believer in that because as long as you work hard, I know you can usually get to the place that you want to be. I think sometimes politics are involved in work, and sometimes it seems like no matter how hard you work, you're not going to get that raise that you want. But I think for the most part, if you work hard and you got that good work ethic, you're going to have that base salary to match it. Now the third, I got to say, is saving, because you can have a high paying job, right? And you can have a really good work ethic, but if you're not saving any of that money that you're making, you're not going to be able to invest that money, right? If you're spending money on a boat, you're spending money on nice boots, on purse, on clothing, a lot of other accessories, gizmos and gadgets, you name it, you're not going to be able to have enough money left over to invest. So some of the things that we've had to put off for a while are, going to New York, which we've always wanted to do. We've wanted to go to Broadway. We've always wanted to go back to Europe because we both lived over there in Europe for 2 years. And then we're always wanting to do really nice, awesome things, right? We want to go to Disney World. We want to go do all that stuff. And I really think that the pandemic really helped me and my wife save. It wasn't that hard to do because flights had gotten canceled, right? Disney was closed for a long time. And so it kind of incentivized us even more to save money for an investment that we wanted. But long before the pandemic had even happened, we were already saving. So that's a habit that you guys need to be working on right now. If you guys don't have the money right now to begin investing in real estate, don't just chalk that up to a future wish list. Really tell yourself right now, hey, if I had the money, I would invest in real estate. But because I don't have it, I'm gonna start saving. I'm not gonna wait till I'm 30, 40, or 50, or till I have a higher paying job to invest in real estate. I'm gonna start doing that now. You begin by having a good job, having a good work ethic, and saving your money. Now the 4th thing that happened, or that I made happen in order for me to acquire this investment property, was learning. Guys, it was so hard for me to see other YouTubers and other investors that were my age be way ahead of me in their investing game. And so that would like hold me back from like wanting to invest in real estate, but I still wanted my first property really bad. So something that I started doing was learning. Now that helped me to be able to get the confidence and get the knowledge that I needed to invest in real estate. So even though I didn't have that experience or the money that these other, famous YouTubers had, I was still trying to learn from them, and I was telling myself, I had that mentality like, I'm gonna learn right now because eventually I am gonna own my first property. And that's so hard to like tell yourself. It's so hard for me to see in the future, like in the future I'm gonna have $1 million. Like for me, that is just so far-fetched. Like that's just hard for me to think about. And so during this time, a year and a half ago, for me to think that I was gonna have an investment property, I would just be like, dude, like that's just way out of your reach. And so it was hard for me to see it, but I would tell myself like, I will eventually have one. I will eventually. And when I get the money to do it, I want to make sure I have that knowledge ready to go. I don't want to like have the money and then not know anything about real estate and then decide to learn about real estate once I have the money. That would be pretty late, And so if I have the time to learn about real estate right now, even though I don't have the money, like let's do that. So I suggest that you guys start searching YouTube, start searching Google, and learn about real estate. Learn what rate of return is. Learn what equity means. Learn what cash on cash return is. Learn what cash flow is. Learn all of these terms about real estate right now, even though you don't have the money, because once you come in with the money, you're gonna be ready to go. Another thing that you need to be learning, other than just real estate in general and how real estate works, is your market. Learn what things are going for in your area or in the area that you want to begin investing in. You don't want to get ripped off, right? So right now in my area, I know that a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, either in the south side or in the north side or west side or east side, is normally gonna go around for $150,000. Anything less than that, I'm looking to see what's going on with it. Was there an addition made to the house that wasn't properly done? Does the property have different like electrical or plumbing issues or foundation issues? If something pops up on Zillow and says like there's a new house for sale for $120,000, I know for a fact it's gonna be a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, or it's gonna be a mobile home, because that's what things are going for in my area. So the more you start learning, the more you get on Zillow or Realtor.com or Trulia, or the more you talk with a real estate agent about what things are going for in your area, the more knowledge you're gonna have for investing in real estate, and that's gonna give you the confidence to actually begin investing. You don't wanna throw your money at something that you don't know is gonna work, right? And that's basically it, guys. I mean, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. That is to say, I wasn't born into a rich family. I wasn't given any inheritance. This is all just coming straight from me and my wife sitting down and planning and going through those 4 steps that I just mentioned to you. And I feel like these 4 steps, I hope, serve to you as a sort of blueprint for you to get ready to invest in real estate. And I also want to say a quick thank you to the new subscribers that have been coming onto my channel. Just recently, in the past few days, I've gotten 10 subscribers. And that means a lot to me, just because in the past week, I would flirt around 250 subscribers. And it was just so like disappointing, because I would gain a subscriber and then I would lose one. And then I would gain 2 subscribers and then I would lose one. And now I've seen it grown to almost 270. So thank you guys for tuning in to my channel. I really appreciate it. In future videos, I will be showing the work that I've been doing to my first investment property. I will be putting those videos out very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.